Howdy folks, tonight I want to talk to you about Weller. I don't know if some of you remember or not, but back when I was in Lake Tahoe, I was doing some whiskey hunting like I typically do when I'm on vacation, and the liquor store owner told me that I would never be able to get Weller at MSRP when I told him that was exactly what I was hunting for. I took that personally, but it seems that my boyfriend took it more personally because he started tapping his network to be able to find me some extra bottles of Weller because he knew that's exactly what I wanted. So thank you, honey, for that. So I want to also thank Andrew. Thank you for this special reserve. And thank you, Mr. Vincent, for this 107 and another bottle of special reserve. And then I also want to make some extra points. Don't let people tell you that you will not be able to find these bottles at MSRP. Yes, it may take more patience than it will for other bottles, but if you genuinely want it and you're willing to wait, you can find these bottles. I won this one in a whiskey lottery, and then I made a connection on Twitter and was nice to somebody, and they gave me this 12 out of the kindness of their heart when they could have upcharged me for quite a bit. So thank you, Mark, for that. But I also want to remind folks that there's an abundance of whiskey out there, distilleries that many of us have never even tasted. So while these bottles are great, for me personally, for it to be worth several $100s, in some cases people are paying several $1,000s for bottles of whiskey, especially this single barrel right here, it's not worth it in my opinion, because that bottle is going to have to do some things to me to truly be worth that in the long run, especially as I mentioned, the fact that there are so many bottles of whiskey out there to be explored. You could try a distillery that could be the next hot thing before it is even the next hot thing. You may discover something that you didn't even know that you liked because you're willing to try something that maybe many other people haven't. Granted, you may discover a lot of crap ones too, but that's all part of the process and that's all part of the beauty. So I would encourage you to have a little bit of patience if you do decide that you want to have these bottles, and don't let these people take advantage of you and charge you these prices. Because the only reason they're able to charge those prices is because people are paying it. So if we say no, it'll make it harder for them to be able to do that. But then two, before you invest all this money and this time to pay for these bottles or other hard to find bottles, try to find a taste of it first. Either through your network, maybe somebody who you know has a bottle, or either at a restaurant that has it at a decent price. Like I've even seen this Weller 12. I could get a 1.5 ounce pour of it for I think $10, and that was in DC. Granted, that was a couple of months ago, but you know, if you keep your eye out, you will be able to find these deals. And yeah, and let your people know what you're hunting for. If you're hunting for it, the people that care for you, they'll help you. Like my partner, he doesn't even whiskey hunt outside of me, but he knows how excited I get to find the bottles that I'm hunting for, so he often hunts for me. And he taps his network when he needs to, which is also amazing. And I'm sure your loved ones will do the same thing for you. Check places out when you're traveling. Just pop into a random liquor store, especially sometimes the little crappy ones that you may not think will have anything worthwhile. Those are sometimes the ones that will have the dusty bottle in the back that nobody in that area has bothered with. That's becoming increasingly more rare as whiskey hunting becomes more of a thing. But I am terribly optimistic in life, and I think that helps me a lot. So I'm trying to pass that on here. So you may actually stumble upon a bottle that way. But yeah. So thank you to everybody that's helped me acquire these Wellers. I am on the hunt for the full Proof and the CYPB. So if you're out there and you know how I can find them at a reasonable price, let me know. All right. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Bye, folks.